Hello everyone and welcome back to FilmBook Review, an official YouTube channel of FilmBook. Featured in Google News, IMDb's news desk, and a member of the Critics' Choice Association, FilmBook is an entertainment industry news website that reports on the film and television show industries in the United States and across the world. Today on FilmBook Review, I will be reviewing the 2023 film Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts is directed by Stephen Caple Jr., written by Joby Harold, Darnell Mathier, and Josh Peters, and stars Anthony Ramos, Dominique Fishback, Coleman Domingo, Peter Cullen, and Ron Perlman. This is a Transformers: Rise of the Beasts movie review, and there will be spoilers. If you like our movie reviews, please like this Transformers: Rise of the Beasts film review, as that helps us out with YouTube's algorithm, and consider subscribing. Once subscribed, click the bell notification box and you are all set. Please also consider becoming one of our patrons on Patreon at patreon.com/filmbook. And now, the Transformers: Rise of the Beasts movie review. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts is a slick, well-produced action prequel, which is expertly directed by Stephen Caple Jr. It's a fusion of a few types of movies and is ultimately as successful as it is thanks to the likable Anthony Ramos, who suits up to help the Transformers fight some Terrorcons. These new villains are some of the most ferocious to be seen in the Transformers franchise. The fact that the movie's climax can still have audiences on the edge of their seats, even though they know this is a prequel, and that everything should turn out okay, is a testament to the actual quality of the film. Sure, there are flaws. These movies always feel long and some characters are underdeveloped, but on the whole, this movie is a good segue into the summer movie season. If you want to see the imagination the writers put into this picture, examine its Beast Wars roots and the inclusion of a gorilla character called Optimus Primal. Even Oscar winner Michelle Yeoh lends her voice talents to the picture as Airazor. But the movie's unique style is also found in the New York setting of the picture. Set in 1994, we get introduced to Noah Diaz, who is a struggling, everyday guy in Brooklyn with a younger brother, Chris, who has health problems. Noah's family thus has expensive medical expenses, and a job interview for Noah that would help him pay those bills proves to be unsuccessful. This leads Noah to get involved with a car theft. He ends up trying to get a Porsche that is actually a Transformer Mirage, and the action of the movie soon kicks into gear big time. Autobots Unite is the message that is spread to the Transformers as the film gets underway. Also, starring in the movie is the always intriguing Dominique Fishback, who plays Elena Wallace, the heroic character who works at a museum for a woman named Jillian. When Elena comes across a very unusual discovery, the plot gets more complex in nature. Coleman Domingo serves as the voice of Unicron, and it's an inspired casting choice to be sure. His voice talents fit the sinister role perfectly. Let's not forget the terrific Peter Dinklage, who is the vocal talent for the menacing Scourge, another key character in the picture. Ramos is the heart of the movie, for sure. It's hard not to sympathize with Noah as he tries to fight for survival and keep his family afloat. He can save the world even though he was rejected for an ordinary job. He's a man of integrity, and when he finally dons a protective suit to help the Transformers, it leads to some scenes that are bound to keep audiences cheering. Fishback keeps herself working to her terrific abilities as well with her work in the movie. What would a film like this be without Optimus Prime himself, who teams up with Noah to save humanity as we know it? Cullen's distinct performance is in line with his other fine turns as the character, while the effects involving the Terrorcons are definitely deserving of consideration for the visual effects Oscar next year. It's hard not to admire the thought that went into this science fiction extravaganza. It was obviously a project designated to make fans of the Hasbro toys very happy. This picture throws in everything but the kitchen sink, and is all the more successful for doing so. By the time Bumblebee comes after some baddies with a vengeance set to LL Cool J's song, Mama Said Knock You Out, you'll be won over by the tremendous energy on display on screen throughout this picture. Also, a perfect soundtrack choice is that of the Notorious Big, who is on the soundtrack at the end credits, plus the decision to end the movie with a potential merger between this franchise and another high-profile Paramount series that could certainly use a reboot itself. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts avoids some of the mistakes that other Transformers sequels made, which led them to doing poorly with critics. By integrating so much talent into the storyline, the movie stands out from others in the series considerably. Gone are the time-filling mundane elements which made some of the other pictures feel overstuffed. There's considerable substance in the plot here. That makes the stakes higher and the action more intense for audiences to watch. While you don't have to be a fan of the old toys or cartoons to enjoy the new movie, it would certainly help one appreciate the effort which was put into the movie. Ramos and Fishback have qualities that make them seem ordinary, which makes their heroic successes in the movie feel all the more entertaining to watch. I especially loved when Fishback's character ended up on none other than 60 Minutes, the television news show. Ramos gives a shout-out to Brooklyn once or twice in the movie. It would also be nice to shout out Stephen Caple Jr., who has crafted a winning action film worthy of some box office dollars. And that brings us to the conclusion of this Transformers: Rise of the Beasts movie review. I would love to hear your thoughts on it below in the comments section. If you liked what you heard during this review, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Please also visit and subscribe to our podcast channel at FilmBook Podcast and our trailer and reaction channel at FilmBook Trailers. If you would like to get FilmBook's articles delivered to your inbox, sign up for our daily newsletter in the description at film-book.com. Thank you for viewing, and you can watch one of these reviews next.